nice to know that there was a lot of soundtracks here, up to 50. Hey, hey guys, it's Gum here, and we are back for more Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Last time we started on the extra world here and did about the first 2 levels, and this time I'm gonna continue on that. And apologies if I don't sound as enthusiastic as I normally do. I'm just feeling a little tired right now, but I still wanted to record for tonight, so that's what I'm doing right now. Well, yeah. Oh wait, somehow sucked up a broken up plastic bottle or a plastic cup. Didn't know that. That's quite interesting. And okay, I see what I have to do here. Just one. Okay. Oh, right. Oil. Forgot about that. And I put in the description of my last video that I kind of need to step up my commentary a bit, but yeah. I know that some of my recent videos here in this Let's Play just have not been had the best commentary. Like, there's a few here and there that have been, just not as much as I would have liked them to be, but at least I have something to talk about this time. I finally got to see the Sonic movie 2 in theaters, which was great. And I do have one spoiler I will say about it, but first I'm going to give my non-spoiler review on it at first, because that's just kind of bad. Because I just think it'll be better suited in. I'll have in the description on when the spoiler starts and when the spoilers end, which I don't want to. The only spoiler I want to give is for the post-credits scene. That's all I really want to say. But I'll give like non-spoiler review of it first. Okay, so I'll say it was a great movie. I really enjoyed it. Wait. Oh, I see now. So yeah, it was a great movie. Enjoyed it a lot more than very much. A lot more than the first one. Still enjoy the first movie, no doubt. Because that was the one that started this whole thing off. It was just a good start to the world building. And I'm not sure if there was one back here that I missed. Let me just quickly look. Doesn't look to be. And I'm not gonna go all the way back just to see you. That was a close one. And well, characters, they were pretty good. They were handled very well. Even Sonic was even handled better than better than how he was in the first movie, where his personality was much more in sync than how it was throughout the games in the 2000s. Maybe not 100% perfect, but it was felt closer to it than in the first movie. And the whole movie took place on Earth, which that's kind of a spoiler for the movie, but it's not like it's a major spoiler or anything in the movie, but that just we had to say that now. And it was definitely Tails and Knuckles. They were pretty great, and even the performances were great by Ben Schwartz calling, Shaughnessy, even Idris Elba, which it would take some time for me to get used to that Knuckles voice, but I think it's one I can kind of get used to, especially with the Knuckles TV show coming to Paramount Plus last next year. Yeah, but although I still prefer Scott Real, from Adventure 2 and Heroes, because that's just how I think Knuckles should sound like to me. I mean, whenever I think of Knuckles, how he should sound, it's Scott Real. That's always been how I pictured how Knuckles would sound. But yeah, Idris Elba sounds good too. It makes him sound like he's more serious Knuckles than from in the... And then from... Oh wait, is there something back there? Could do? I don't know. Oh, but yeah, it was a good one take on Knuckles, and was more a serious take, and plus it was probably what we needed after, the past decade we had of him just kind of being shoved to the side and being like, just kind of like a dumb, kind of being dumb at some, especially with like Boom Knuckles, even though that's been like, okay, 6 years, so maybe 5 or 6 since that then, but yeah, and it was still nice seeing a more serious tone to Knuckles, but yeah, who knows how he'll be handled in the 3rd movie as well. Maybe more like how it was in Adventure 2, where it's a little more chilled back, but back in extent, but still dutiful to his purpose. This is what I'm kind of hoping for, because it's not the Knuckles that I first got introduced to through Adventure 2, so that's how I always kind of viewed Knuckles as, but yeah, and enough about him now to, I guess, he was handled pretty well. Way better than how he was throughout the past decade. Well, he wasn't useless. He was doing stuff. He wasn't acting much of a coward. Maybe actually, I don't think it was at all. Oh, I was about to say maybe at first, but no. He was just all set and ready to help Sonic when, and even parts where he just wasn't so sure, because. Yeah, Sonic inspired change in him. It's great. And who knows how he'll be handled in the 3rd movie, but hopefully better, and hopefully how he was in Adventure 2, where he gains that confidence, which, oh shoot, I'm only one better to get this, where it looked like, it also kind of looked like he gained that confidence in the end of the film. I'll have to go back and check it out again at some point. I don't know if I'll go in theaters to see the movie again, but I wouldn't be down. I wouldn't be down for it to go again to see it. But I don't know when exactly. But if at all, really, because nowadays I rarely see films in theaters twice now. I think the last film I saw in theaters twice was Incredibles 2. Because first time I saw it from a family member, and then second time I saw it with my friend Zach. So that was, you better hurry and get that. So yeah, that was back in 2018, and it sure has been a while since I had done that. Yeah, but yeah, I don't know if we don't mind anymore, especially since physical media releases tend to come out much quicker now than they did back then, because I think back then some of them took probably about a year. Back in the 90s and early 2000s, I think some of them took probably about a year or so to come to physical media, or some other ones took 6 months, but ones that as time went on, but nowadays it's just it takes 3 months, which quite a crazy gap, and kind of crazy to think on how much has changed. But I guess they just got I guess back then the technology to put it onto a disc or a VHS was much harder back then than it is nowadays. But I don't know. I'm just assuming that that's the case, or it could be that people don't want to wait as long as there was backlash behind waiting for so long for stuff to come to physical media, and they were like listening to the criticism and like okay, we'll make the gap a little smaller. Or at least I don't know what the answer is behind that, but at least that's what I'm assuming. But oh shoot, am I stuck down here? And wait. Okay, never mind. I can just jump on that. And then yeah, Jim Carrey in Sonic Movie 2 was Jim Carrey. Well, we got all here. I guess I must have missed one or two back in those previous rooms. What? But okay, no problem. I'll just go back for them. Oh, I see. It's not gonna retract back in. Okay, no problem. And yeah, and I did also hear that Jim Carrey may be retiring after the second movie too, or at least that's what I think that's what I've heard, right? He does retire. Said about retiring after Sonic movie 2, which I think that's what I've heard. Oh, what do you know? I was actually heard. Ah. Well, I'm not sure what those buttons do exactly. What do they do exactly? Oh, hold on. I think I know what to do about this. Because I saw that bomb was back here and it kept respawning. Oh, I ran out of health. I didn't even notice. Oh well. Yeah, Jim Carrey's retiring then. It's about, I can understand that. Even if he does want to come back for even if he does want to come back for a third movie, then that's fine. And yeah, I guess they can make an exception for that. Or okay, there we go. Oh, that's what I was supposed to do before. But yeah, if he's retiring then, okay, he had a good run. Good. Even though I have not seen, oh, there's one up there. How do we get there? Oh. Even if he is retiring then, okay, he had a good run. Even if I'm not seeing every movie he's in. Oh, I thought I was stuck in that for some reason. In by that thing. But I guess I just didn't notice. Ow. So, yeah. Honestly, yeah. They were gonna have Jim Carrey for the cinematic universe thing, but yeah, that was quite a big deal when you think about it. Just a lot that could happen from that. But I'm sure he'd be down to do it for a little while if he would. But good thing I came back here because there was something I missed, and definitely did miss a couple more before this. So once I'm actually gonna have to go back and look. Yeah, the boss fight. And then take Needle. Yeah, see, so I give him a 6. Yeah, well, yeah, as I said before, I'm gonna go back for find the remaining souls off camera, because that's just a little more. Oh God, because that would just be handled a little bit better if I do that. And then, yeah, any other things I have to say about it, and yeah. James Morrison in it. He didn't have as much screen time as he did in the first movie. I should say Tom Wachowski. He didn't have much screen time in the first movie, but yeah, he still had a good amount, even with him being shoved in the background, going to not being a part of Sonic's adventure for the most part. But he still had a good amount, even still. Enough to, well, I'm satisfied for that amount. Oh, man. Still, yeah, and the movie did also have quite a good amount of references to stuff in it, which was not cool. It's not just stuff from Sonic 2, but also stuff from other games as well. There we go. Oh, we got 5. Hello. So I almost got them all. Just missed 6. Which I can easily go back and get on my own. I did get a figure out of that. Kind of nice that seeing the color. That the color is kind of being restored from the area once it's done or cleared. And oh shoot, where's I'm really weak. Oh wait, what's the color really restored? Might have not been. Let's go heal real quick. So, I don't think I have anything else to really spoil to not spoil about it, but even some parts about the movie that I wasn't even expecting to happen, and which were cool as well. I'm trying to think of anything else I have to say. Yeah, I guess that another thing I could say is that it was nice to see that the game voice actor calling O'Shaughnessy for Tails in this. Who knows if to bring any other voice actors from the games back into the movie be cast. The moment I don't think I could see anyone else coming in and was taking a role of someone on if they were in the movie. And yeah, I think that's all I really have to say for non-spoilers for the most part. So now I just have the drill for this. And so now I guess I can talk about the one spoiler that I wanted to talk about for the movie. So might want to check it. So you might want to check the description, see what the time ends for the spoiler part here. So again, so we might skip ahead to that part. I can wait. Yeah, once I find out how to get in here. Oh, right. I see what I have to do. There we go. Same with this one. Okay, spoiler warning thing's over. So now for the one spoiler, which is just to talk about the post-credit scene, and that's Shadow the Hedgehog. They brought him in this as a post-credit scene, and man, that was amazing. I was when I saw that, I was like, no way, what are we gonna see? And I thought, Shadow. And man, it was great just to see that there and confirm, and now it's confirmed that Shadow is gonna be in the Sonic movie 3. So I'm really looking forward to that. And his design did look pretty good. It's kind of what you came to expect with his design. Cause like I have seen some like fan-made versions of what Shadow's design would look like, and some of them would get quite accurate. Some were a little off, but we added some minor tweaks, like some boom. I think a couple of things like from the boom Shadow, which in this case they did not really seem to go that route, which they did for like Sonic and Knuckles, because Sonic with the blue arms, and Knuckles being a bit bigger than he normally would be, but not as big as he was in Sonic Boom. Oh, right, need the vending machine for that. Oh, what do you know? Thought I'd take out all the enemies over there. Wait, okay, no, nothing over there. And there's one thing I'm really hoping for in the Sonic movie 3 now is, oh, what? That was all that there is? Oh, it responded. Not sure if we need it for anything else. Oh, I see. Okay, we have to get through this pole part here. Because I see some blocks at the end that we have to break. 3 soda cans. Then, yeah, as I was saying, if there's one thing I'm hoping for Sonic Movie 3, it's for them to get Shadow's character down right to how he was in Adventure 2. Because then people can see who the real Shadow the Hedgehog and not just the edgelord he is, or people mistook him to be he for so long, and that he became one pretty much throughout the 2010s, because the writers can attack in one graph. And we just looked at the Shadow the Hedgehog game for inspiration, and didn't bother to look at Adventure 2 or Heroes or 06. Well, 06 I could kind of understand, because that game was bad, but not Adventure 2 and Heroes. It was, even though Shadow was written pretty well in 06. Yeah, and oh, I see now. I'm gonna need the hammer ability. Good thing this guy was still alive. And then who knows what other characters they'll bring into. They'll bring into. Wait, do I need fire for this? I didn't see fire anywhere. Oh, right. Forgot about that. Okay, there we go. That's what I was supposed to do. Yeah, who knows what other characters to bring into the Sonic movie 3? What other characters do I think would be in the movie 3 besides Shadow? Oh, well, I have I don't know who else they'll bring into the movie, but I would like to see, I guess, Amy Rouge and who to be in this. Let's come on. I think it's about time to have them in here or something. There we go. Darn it. Well, I just had to aim to the side to get that thing to work. Oh, but who knows what other characters they could bring in. Because for the second movie they brought in Tails and Knuckles, even though Tails didn't make a post-credit scene in the first movie. Yeah, but only time will tell, because we don't know who else they'll add and with, although I guess I wouldn't mind Metal Sonic being in there, but at the same time I kind of don't know how that would, because I have a feeling I think I know what the movie Sonic movie 3 is gonna be story about, what the story of that game's gonna be about, because the movies haven't. Oh, I guess I missed one back there, or it was two, because I didn't get that thing from there. That's okay. Hey, because like because as you know, Metal Sonic wasn't really part of the story of Adventure 2. I mean, it was part of the multiplayer, but yeah, just not part of the story at all. But that would change things up quite a bit. But no. Oh, but yeah, I do think it would. What the story of the Sonic movie 3 would be is based off of based off of Adventure 2. If that is, then that would be amazing. And if that were the case, then they would have to introduce Rouge and Amy into the movie through there, because we already have Hugh. Well, was he heroes that were playable in Adventure 2 story. But only like two of the dark people part of the team die. I mean the dark story, and of course Amy was there too, just kind of there for cutscenes. But yeah, you get the idea what I'm saying for that. But oh shoot! Oh my god, I keep falling in that. Darn it! Well, this sure is not turned out too well. Oh, I see now. We'll spit that out and go for Hugh. Not sure who else they would do yet. Oh, come on, Snowball. Yeah, good thing there's no live system. You just lose 100 of those star coins. Kind of similar to how it was with Odyssey and Bowser's Fury. Where you just lose coins whenever you die. Which is fine. Fine by me. Yeah, especially when you're playing co-op, because Kirby's return to Dreamland, everyone shared lives and that. Max Tomato, I guess we're coming up to a boss fight already. I guess I feel like it's too soon for that. Oh no, wait. I see what it's saying. No, I see what it's saying. Mini boss. And it's someone. You freeze. Yeah, you're frozen. Did a good amount of damage, and I collected one of those. Whoa. And there you go. Done with you. I didn't even take a single bit of damage from that. Oh. Yeah, it's another. Well, it's another phase. You know what? I want to have lizard ice for this. Is because that would help. And I see now those things are blowing in the wind, and I have to grab them before they go away. So I gotta keep that in mind. Now. Yeah, don't really know what else they could add in the Sonic movie 3 with shadows and I mean, they did say it was over 50 years ago with the post-credits thing, so they're still staying close to the source material, of that. And get out of this. So, there. Would that be it? No, another boss fight. Is there seriously gonna be 5? No, I doubt there would be 5, but maybe one more, because so far one's been coming each boss fight. I mean, that wouldn't make sense. So I can see that. Yeah, I don't think I have too much else left to say about the boss. It's not like movie 3 and post credits scene with Shadow. So I guess spoiler over. The section's all over. But for that, I won't say anything else about the Sonic movie 2, really, because I don't want to spoil anything else. But even though there's people who got to experience the movie first and made some clips showing some spoilers off. Well, guess what? Employees in movie theaters need to do a better job at making sure people don't record stuff. I mean, sure, being on someone's phones is, sure, like doing stuff like shooting a text saying you're busy right now, it's fine. And watching a movie is fine, but, or even taking a picture would kind of be okay, but also kind of not. Not since it's kind of giving a spoiler to it, but just a screenshot. Yeah, so that's something. But yeah. Raising you up, you, and it's a big snowball. It was in like a giant arrow. That's kind of cool. I thought there was gonna be a wave that I had to jump over. Oh, we still going, and there we go. It's done. That. Come on. Almost. There we go. I didn't even need all the other power-ups. I just needed one of them. Which was ice.